Snickers looks good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
I don't see any more.
Hey, where's the rest of the Snickers at?
Looks like this is the only one.
That's mine. I asked for it.
You snooze, you lose.
Oh, come on. I'll trade you for it.
Well, what do you have that I want?
No. It's not possible. Cool.
What's cool?
Listen to this. Alien life form takes over man's electric broom.
Give me that. Alien inhabits electric broom and sweeps through house with a mind of its own. Man fears for his life. You don't really believe this stuff, Ravi.
Well, how could they print it if it's not true? It is a newspaper.
It's a tabloid. The only thing it has in common with a newspaper is the ink.
Stranger things have happened.
Like what?
Like an 8th grade president and vice president? How do you explain that one?
That's a good point. Well, still, it's not a very reliable source. As a good citizen, you need to check out information before you believe it, especially about alien electric brooms.
Well, where am I supposed to check? In the broom closet?
That is so funny. How'd I forget to laugh? I'm talking about important stuff, like voting and social issues.
Civic responsibility.
That's exactly what I meant. What made you say that?
Since we've been here, we found out a lot of cool stuff about what it means to live in this country. All our rights and stuff. And I've been thinking, if we have all those privileges, like voting, we ought to be responsible enough to do it.
Well, that's my feeling, too. But you can't be responsible unless you're informed. I went to the White House Library today and found some great information on citizenship.
Like what?
Like GED.
You mean that a high school equivalency test?
Well, there's that, too, but not in this case. My GED stands for gather, evaluate, and decide. See, first you gather the information, then you evaluate the information. Then you make a decision based on the information you've gathered and evaluated.
That sounds like a good plan. I suppose you should use a lot of different sources when you gather information.
Books, newspapers, and television shows are all good sources.
Tabloids aren't too good, but other reference books like an atlas can give you all sorts of information on cities, population, and resources. For current issues, you can find recent magazine articles at the library.
It would be great on local issues to interview public officials or go to local meetings about the issues to gather information.
There are all sorts of clever ways to find information, like, don't forget about Mad Dog.
Computer databases. That's usually current up to the minute.
Well, now we've gathered all the information. What's the next letter? Oh. Standing on your leg. Well, sounds like buzzing, ants in your pants, 4 syllables, first word, shoulders, 2 arms and a leg. Evaluate. Yeah, evaluate.
That would be comparing what different sources had to say.
Find out what points they agree and disagree on.
Right. Some sources may not be accurate.
Like the alien story. I wonder how many other sources would have that story.
I haven't seen it anywhere. But you have to be careful to stick to the facts. Watch out for opinions.
Facts are verifiable. Like, my curfew is 10 o'clock. That's a fact. Just ask my mom and dad. That it should be midnight is an opinion. Just ask me.
Yeah, I'd say your parents are the reliable source on that one. But let's make a list and find out what makes a reliable source reliable.
Okay. We'd have to know that the facts used by the source are accurate.
That the source's statements and conclusions are supported by fact.
The source is close to the events it reports and is recognized as having knowledge about the event.
And the facts can be checked out against other sources.
So the fact that I am the coolest, best-looking dude in the 8th grade is easily verifiable. Just ask all the girls.
That would just be a bunch of opinions. If you want the facts, just take a look in the mirror.
Come on, Alex. You know you're crazy about me.
Stop with the propaganda.
Oh, appealing to your emotions, huh?
It is something to watch out for when you're evaluating your sources.
Yes, the technique goes way back. Trying to sway people by appealing to their emotions and prejudices instead of reason.
Advertisers use it all the time. I'm sure you've seen it. The bandwagon technique.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody uses chocolate toothpaste. You should, too.
How about the testimonial with someone famous like Michael Jordan in tennis shoes?
And then there are card stackers. Politicians who mention people who support them, but not the groups that don't.
You, Madam President, are a tax hound.
I am not. Where
name-calling. Create a negative about someone so people reject their ideas before they even look at them.
Great propaganda technique.
I would never call you a hound, though. A pound puppy, maybe, but not a hound.
Be quiet and go over the decision-making chart with me.
Steps to making an informed decision. I'd say the first step would be to identify a problem.
Once we know the problem, we gather information.
Then we evaluate it.
Come up with solutions and alternatives.
Make a decision.
If you've done all that, you'll know you've made a responsible decision.
I've decided as soon as I turn 18, I'm going to the Board of Elections and register to vote.
Me too, but we don't have to wait until we're 18 to get involved.
Oh, we didn't wait now. We went straight to the top. President and Vice President.
Civic participation just means being active, doing something to participate in government. Well, what would you do, Ravi?
I guess until I can vote, I'd help get other people registered to vote. I'd set up a booth at the mall, maybe, and get people registered there.
Yeah, they had some meetings about toxic waste that I'd like to go to. I could go volunteer and work on the issue.
Or we could write letters to the editor of our local newspapers. Just because we're 8th graders doesn't mean we don't have good opinions.
We could run for president and vice president of student government. Nah.
Madam President, Mr. Vice President, you are going on a little trip.
Where to this time?
You will know when you get there. Your bikes are ready.
Bikes again? Oh, what about a limo? When are we going to get a limo?
Get used to it,
Other
Ravi.
presidents in other places get
No,
limos.
we'll never get
We might as well be in the 8th grade. We get bikes. No limos. Bikes.
If I were back in the 8th grade, I'd kiss my desk.
Heck, if we were back in the 8th grade, I'd even kiss you.
In your dreams.
If we could get back to the 8th grade, I wouldn't even mind taking tests.
Yeah, right.
Alex, look out!
What? Whoa! Down!
Alex! Sorry, Alex.
That was a major wipeout. What were you doing, Ravi?
I don't know. It seemed like my bike had a mind of its own.
Are you kids all right? You took a pretty good fall there.
Mr. Donovan! It's you! Alex! It's Mr. Donovan!
Yes, it's me.
We have our own clothes!
Hey, have my parents been looking for me?
Well, I don't know. You just left the house a minute ago.
A minute ago? Is that all? Are you sure?
Are you kids all right?
All right. We're better than all right. We're great.
Great. We're great. Just great. We gotta get to baseball practice.
So long, Mr. Donovan.
So long.
I don't understand it. Do you, Ravi?
I don't even want to try.
You said you wanted to get back to the 8th grade.
Voice Man!
I will miss you, but don't forget what you said about taking tests. Goodbye.
We didn't say anything about taking tests. Did we?